Okay, so here we go, attempt number 6 now I think. We're going to attempt this again, so I'm going to down that cool drink and I'm going to start running. Because hopefully, okay, it's going to area 7, that's not good. So what we're going to do is just start running now and hope. Okay, no, it's not going there. We're just going to have to wait on the Gravios. So this is attempt number 7 now. I've failed this 6 times. This is ridiculous. It is insane how difficult this is. Fortunately, this time I have paintballed with Gravios and I've got full stamina boost and endurance and whatever else and cool drink down. My commentary is going to go to hell probably soon because this is insanely difficult. I'm not even exaggerating, this is quite possibly the hardest quest in the entire game. I've yet to fail a quest so bad that I've literally had to restart the entire recording, not because I didn't like my recording, but because I simply failed it that many times during the quest. I have yet to come up against that. Granted, this is the second to last quest, I think it is. Yeah, second to last quest, so you would expect this one to be hard. So, Gravios, I think, is going to area 4, is it? I don't know. I don't know where it's going right now. I'm just going to start running in that direction and hope it leaves the area. Just go somewhere else, please, because really, Gravios is just being a pain in the ass. It just camps area 6. I have no idea why it does this, but for some reason, it just sits in there. I have no idea why. It's just really, really annoying. I just really don't understand why it does this. It's just a pain in the ass. Oh well. So what we're going to do is just try and get through that area. It looks like it's not going to move because it's a pain. I've already seen it repeat this pattern once already. So let's just run in there and hope for the best because this can't go any worse than it already has. So let's just attempt this. Let's do this. Attempt number 7. Here we go. And it's instantly seen me. That roar won't reach me, hopefully. Yes, it doesn't. Right. I'm going to try and keep the camera on us at all times if I can manage it, if it doesn't get stuck on a wall. Okay, here it comes. So, okay, it's going over there. Turn the camera. Oh, hello. It suddenly changed where it was. That's not good. Right, what are you going to do now? I'm going to charge over there. Okay, I'm going to stay out of the way. See, that's why I did not want to run over there while it was still charging, because that would have flattened me like a pancake. I have no idea why it's doing sleep over there, since it's impossible for you to even get over there. Okay, what's it going to do? Fire beam. That's easy to dodge because I can just run past. Right, what I really want it to do is come over this way. Don't do fire beam. I want you to run over here, thank you. Come on, charge at me. Yep, that's perfect, because now it's not going to hit me. It's quite possibly the easiest run through this area I've ever had, so now we're going to go into hell, basically, because Area 4 is a nightmare, like I've said in every other attempt up until this point. This is hell. I've got through this area once, but as you may have seen in attempt number 2, that wasn't quite what I was attempting to do. Okay, there they are. Oh my god, get out of the way. Okay, oh, sort out the camera, sort out the camera. Okay, go that way a bit. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, this is a nightmare. Okay, I'm going to go over that way a bit maybe, and a bit over here, and a bit over there, and a bit over here. I'm sorry that my commentary has gone so flat and not actually that interesting, but this is literally quite possibly the hardest bloody thing in the entire game. Cut me some slack. Ah! Oh my god, 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 run, 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 run. If I say it fast enough, I will escape! Yes! And I've done it. 7 attempts, and I have achieved it. And then Buffangelo. Ah, no! Literally, if there was a Buffangelo there, I think I would cry. I think, literally, a fully grown man would literally cry for the internet if a Buffangelo hit me then. Never mind, we have done it. That was not the flashiest attempt I have ever done. It was not as glorious, but at least I did it. Only 2 attempts this run-through round, I guess I'll say. It was probably the flattest commentary I've ever done, but that's probably because I'm concentrating. I'm sorry about that. Don't worry. The attempts, the failed attempts, will definitely tie you over. That is how you want to do this quest. You want to just run, 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 more running, and then probably shout run a few times to yourself. Even if you're not recording, that will help you. Don't worry, it will help. You'll look like a madman, but don't worry, it will help. There we go. We have done it. We have done quite possibly the hardest gathering quest in the entire game. If not, it's definitely the hardest. And we have done it. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we have done that. That is the greatest sigh of relief anyone has ever breathed. So what we're going to do now is going to go over here and look at the fishes. Fishies? Fishies. Where are the fishes? I'm sure you can fish here. I don't know why there's a dock here or even water here at the bottom of a mountain. That doesn't make much sense. That's something with Monster Hunter you'll always notice, that there's always water at the bottom of the volcano areas. Speaking of volcano areas, this is the last time we're ever coming to the volcano. Yes, or I'm not quite sure. Whatever you take of that what you will. So, our rewards, Mashlight Ore, wasn't really worth it. Light Crystals, that's kind of worth it. I'm never going to have to get Light Crystals ever again, which is fantastic. And Accommodation, which is a rare upgrade material, which I think I've only ever got one or twice before. So that's quite nice, and I did it without dying, which is fantastic and just incredible. But then again, it's not that surprising, since failing doesn't mean you die, it just means you dropped it. But never mind. There are no new gallery things, I believe, and there are no new armors and weapons to make now, so I won't be cutting to anything, probably, maybe. I might cut. If we do cut, cutting now, but if we're not, cutting back to the village. So there we go, we've finished the final gathering quest in the entire game, so if we come over to the chief now and talk to him, we'll see what he has to say. Urgent quest. A troublesome pair. Once you completed every other quest in the game, not just the urgent after game ones, every quest you have to complete all 1 to 5 star, like I have in every other urgent quest. So Shadow in the Cave, Runaway Diabolus, Terror of Gravios, and Handle with Care. If you can stomach it, you unlock a troublesome pair. The reward is 6,400 zenny, quite possibly the highest reward. No, it is definitely the highest reward you'll ever have to ever get. The contract is 1,240. It's in the swamp. You're probably wondering, what is this? What is this quest? Is it a new monster? No, it's not a new monster, but it's the only double quest where you have to fight 2 wyverns in the same quest. This is quite possibly the hardest quest in the entire game, tied with Handle with Care. This is definitely the one that has the most challenge to it. It's not sort of annoying challenge like Handle with Care. This is difficult. This is insanely difficult, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over all of the items that you're going to want to bring with you on this quest. So let's go back to my chest and I'll have a look to see what we've got in there. Okay, sorry about that little random jump cut there. I suddenly realised that I don't have all of the items I want to take into the next quest in my box. So I cut away, went and got them, did the quest for them. I've now got them, so if I go into my items, I can show off what I'm going to be taking into the next quest. These are the items I'm taking, and as you can see, there is not a whole lot of spare space in my inventory. That's not a problem. I do have a plan for next time, so don't worry. As you can see, I've got 1 to 3 book of combos. You can buy these from the traveling salesman in the village, so make sure you have these because they're incredibly important. As you can see, I've got both potions and mega potions and honey, so that I can combine them up to have 20 mega potions. Because with all 3 books of combo, you can have a 100% chance of making a mega potion, which is fantastic. That assures that I have 20 mega potions and the first aid kits in the chest if I need them. I've also got mega nutrients. I brought 3 of them along because every time you die you have to reapply these. What mega nutrients does is it allows you to have increased health. It boosts it up by 2 points, the same way that Word on Stakes boost up your stamina. So this would max out your health, and that's fantastic. You only have to apply it once per life, so that's really good. I've also got antidotes because, as you know, Raytheon and Rathalos, they pack poison, so I want to definitely be able to deal with that straight away if it happens. I don't want my health to drop too much because of that, because I'll be wasting healing, obviously healing items, which would be really bad in this quest. You want to keep as many as you can. I've got mega juices that are going to be replacing Word on Stakes because they do both what Word on Stakes do, and they give me unlimited sprint for a limited amount of time, because as I said, these boost up your stamina by 2 chunks, so that's really nice. I've got gunpowder and large barrels to make large barrel bombs. I've got small barrel bombs, so that's fantastic. I think the percentage of that succeeding with 3 books is 95%, so 1 of the 10 might fail. So that's not good, but then again, that does mean I still have 12 large barrel bombs, even if 1 does fail. That's just on the percentages. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I've also got pitfall traps and trapdoors and nets, which have a combo rate of, let me check, what do they have a combo rate of? They have an 85% chance, so I'd say maybe 1 of them would fail, which is not great, but then again, that's not terrible. I've got paintballs just because obviously you're going to want to be able to track them. There's 2 monsters, so you want to probably paintball one and then follow the other. I'll go in more detail when I actually get in there and do the quest next time. Flash bombs, as I said during the Rathalos quest, having flash bombs is incredibly helpful for dealing with it when it's in the sky, because you're going to have very little time to hunt 2 wyverns at the same time. So you're going to want to have every card in your hand that you could possibly have. So flash bombs will cut down the amount of flying time for the Rathalos by so much. So it's fantastically helpful to have that, if that's even a word. And I've also got whetstones. Obviously, you're going to want as many whetstones as you can, because this is going to be a long quest. Literally, this quest is going to go on for nearly 50 minutes. So pack your bags like you're going to be gone for a long time. Okay, so now that I've covered my items, I'm going to go over the armor and weapons that I suggest you bring for the Rathalos and Raytheon. As I've said, in the Rathalos and Raytheon bios, their weakness is Dragon. However, there is only one offline weapon that has Dragon, and I highly doubt you have that unless you spend ages getting it. It's not exactly the best weapon for doing this, since it's a sword and shield, which is not the best for hunting Rathalos and Raytheon. The only other weapon I suggest is the Eagle Cleaver, which is a lightning or electricity based weapon, which you can get in the Greatsword tree. It's kind of difficult to get, however it is still better than having no element. Just in comparison, if you're going for what's best, if you're really worried you're not going to succeed, maybe take that weapon if you really want to have every card in your hand. I'm not going to do it personally, so I'm just going to go with my normal lance. The reason why I say lightning is because it's their second weakness. I haven't really covered that as much for a lot of the monsters. I haven't really mentioned their second weakness, but all monsters do normally have 2 weaknesses. So that's what the Raytheon and Rathalos is lightning. So if you can get hold of that, if you really want to have every card in your hand, go for the Eagle Cleaver. Armor-wise, as you know, both Rathalos and Raytheon use fire, so you might want to have something with either low fire weakness or just no fire weakness or fire resistance, more towards the fire resistance if you can get it. What I would suggest is Rathalos armor, because not only does that have fire resistance, it also has attack up, which is fantastic. It's a really good ability and it just works all the time. Doesn't matter what you're fighting, it doesn't matter. It's really useful. Another ability I suggest you have would be poison immunity. Like the Eye of Prey had, poison immunity is fantastic. You don't have to worry about any of the poison. However, these things will be attacking you with a lot of power. I'll go over in more detail when we get in there. However, you probably might not want to have to worry about the poison as much, because you're going to take a lot of damage and it may one-shot you. I'll cover it more when we get in there. However, having poison immunity might mean the difference between dying from that attack, from that one-shot attack, and not dying because the poison finished you. But I'll go over, like I said, with more detail when we actually get in there, because this quest is quite complicated. But that's really all I have to say about armor. So next time, I'm going to head out to our final quest and finish the game. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD, and I'll see you next time for the ending.